Greetings and salutations, we're back and I look fantastic today because we have a great thing to talk about. Hi, hello, and welcome back. My name is Amber. If you do not recall, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. It's good to see you. We got something real spicy today, another comic. One of my faves. I felt like being a little extra today because we got an extra story. And by extra, I mean it is out of this world amazing. Today we're going to be talking about Roadqueen, Eternal Road Trip to Love by Mira. Forgive me, this is going to get really butchered. I tried finding translations. I tried finding pronunciation of this author's name. Couldn't find it. Probably didn't look hard enough. So please forgive me. I'm so sorry. It's by Mira Ong Chua? Chua? I'm just gonna call her Mira. I have known about this story for going on a year or two. This story was originally a webcomic. I think it was on, hold on, I wrote it down. It was originally published on itch.io with the 25-page debut in 2016 called Roadqueen, Girlfriend of the World. It was a full-color comic introducing our main characters Leo and Vega. It became popular enough that Mira decided to create a Kickstarter in November of 2018. Now, I don't know if anybody has picked up on this. I like to fund Kickstarters. I like to, throw my hat into the ring, get my lovely little reward. I unfortunately did not back this Kickstarter, and I feel really bad about it because it had a lot of really fun little things, and the story is fantastic. But also, I think back then, in 2018, I had just graduated college. So I was not necessarily in the best financial place to be kickstarting anything. Although I did start doing Kickstarter not long after that. We're getting off track. It was an overwhelming success. It was funded well over 300% in the first hour. It was a massive success. It was marketed as a continuation, if you will, of this 25-page comic. So altogether this book includes the first 25 pages in full color and then the rest in black and white. So there's like 7 chapters and this book totals around, hold on, give me a sec. I'm gonna say like 300 pages, almost 300 pages. You get 7 chapters plus a bonus chapter. The campaign ended in December of 2018 with a total of 2,012 backers and accumulating over $71,000. Physical copies of the book were sent out in between December and January, but later in March of 2019, Mira announced that Roadqueen had been picked up by 7 Seas Entertainment, which is a pretty big deal. 7 Seas Entertainment, in case you weren't aware, 7 Seas Entertainment publishes a lot of manga as well. It's a fairly big competitor out there, along with Viz Media. They publish things like trying to think off the top of my head. I'm cheating. I'm looking over here. I have a ton of things. Things like My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, Ancient Magus' Bride, things of that nature. So yeah, this is big. So that's how I got my little grubby hands on this story, and let me tell you, I do not regret it. I picked it up well before quarantine. I think I picked it up in March or April. I found it at my local Books A Million back when I could go into a bookstore. How I miss it. Alas, poor York. I had it on my bookshelf for a little while, and then once quarantine hit, I decided that was the best time to actually give it a look at. So here we are. We're going to be reviewing it today. I'm not going to go fully into depth on it because I do want other people to read it, but I will give you the basic rundown of the first 25 pages. Alright, so Roadqueen is about Leo, and She is our typical bad girl archetype. She has a motorbike. She dresses all punk, well, kind of punk, but she is known as the bad girl plus the most popular pretty girl at the Princess Andromeda Girls Academy. Very shoujo. Very stereotypical shoujo. It's an all-girls private school. Where else will you get a lesbian relationship, am I right? Like I said, pretty much every girl there has a crush on her, including her now best friend, well, now friend, Boots. And Boots recounts the time where she confessed to Leo that she was basically in love with her, and Leo brutally turns her down. She's like, nah fam, no. This is different from the other time she's turned other girls down, because she actually gives Boots an ultimatum, if you will. And this is the best part. This is like the part that really gets you in the beginning. Basically what she tells Boots is, if you beat me in a motorcycle race, I will go out with you. Boots, however, does not take this offer, but other girls happen to be listening in on this conversation, so this rumor spread like wildfire. So many of the girls, if not most girls, purchased a motorcycle, and every day, and this is how we open up the story, every day Leo is being chased by this horde of schoolgirls on motorcycles. It is glorious. And every day, of course, Leo wins. Fun fact about Leo, she is in love with her motorcycle. This is the only thing in the world that she loves. We get no backstory on family, we get no other best friends besides Boots, and even then that seems kind of iffy. She even names her motorcycle Bethany and blushes and gets all every time she thinks about it. So basically the love of her life is her bike. We love ourselves a butch lesbian who loves her bike. However, this changes one day when, sitting out on the lawn during her senior year with her friends, she is approached by a transfer student named Vega, who offers to upgrade Bethany for Leo, because why not? Of course, Leo thinks Vega is trying to win her over, because she's arrogant, and also she kind of just expects it at this point, so she's like, nah fam, I don't really want to go out with you, don't even bother. But Vega's like, you know, perhaps the other students would appreciate my vision, and perhaps it could lead one of them to beat you one day. Now this literally lights a fire under Leo, and she's like, okay. She says, if you're expecting a date out of this, the answer is no. And then Vega's like, well, we can calculate payment after you're satisfied. Which she doesn't specify what kind of payment that is. And for whatever reason, Leo doesn't really ask what it would be. So she shakes hands and is like, okay, whatever, fine. She's all yours. Okay, so this takes a couple months, I would say. And they're often seen together, Leo and Vega, going around school together, and everyone's starting to think, hey, they're dating, right? And they're all jealous because Vega swooped in on their gal. So, yeah. They're not dating, surprise. They are just fixing the bike. However, it would appear that Leo is starting to catch feelings. Not hard, like she's starting to slowly gain them. She's enjoying hanging out with Vega, I think. Probably because this person is sharing an interest with her. Go figure. Of course, her friend Boots is saying that this is freaking her out because she never really hangs out with other people and Leo never looks at girls the way that she's looking at girls, and it's freaking her out. And her current girlfriend is like, well, you could be happy for her like a normal friend would. And she's just like, Leo's the one who's not a normal person, which, very true. So finally, After all this time, Vega finishes the bike. Bethany is all brand spanking new and beautiful looking. And of course, Leo is very impressed. So she says, "This is so cool, that's my Bethany, ah, thank you." And then she's like, "You know, I was wrong about you. You're not like the other girls. You're not like the other girls, Vega." What did she say? "Oh, you don't ask me to open up or talk about my feelings or any of that crap." Oh boy. You get me. You get Bethany. And I think I'm gonna give you what you obviously wanted in the first place, Vega. First place. Yes, Vega. I will gladly go out with you. But before she can finish that sentence, Vega hands her a detailed bill. And clearly, you know, Leo wasn't expecting that. She was expecting her to be like, "I want to go on a date with you, Leo." Ah. But of course not. So she presents her with a bill. By she, I mean Vega. She presents her with a bill and says, "You're satisfied? I've calculated your payment and that is your bill." And she's like, "What? Labor fees are pricey. And you owe me for the aftermarket parts. But it seems the only thing you have of worth at all is Bethany herself." So essentially what happens is, because she knows that Leo can't pay her back with money, and I'm assuming this is a really large sum, it doesn't actually say what the sum is. She says, "I'm taking your bike, bitch. Bye." So thus we begin our conflict of Leo being bikeless, without the love of her life, and she calls Vega, "Are you like some evil hetero?" That's one thing I love about this book, is that there are no straight people in here. Being gay is normal, which we love that. I love that in a story. By the way, this is a very small segue. I love a story where we are not just presented with LGBT characters struggling with homophobia. Those stories are fine, and I do appreciate them. Don't take this the wrong way. I do, however, really like when they have a world where there's no homophobia and you're just like, "Yeah, this is my girlfriend. We're having a good old time. Good fluffy old time." But yeah, that side tangent over. Leo is without a bike, and Vega zooms off into the distance, and we see a crushed Leo left behind in her dust. And of course, the whole school sees it and says, "Oh man, did you just see that? Does that mean we're all winners now?" Of course, you know, no. And her friends are like, "That doesn't make sense, especially after all this time together. You'd think maybe they would actually end up together." Of course, Boots is like, "Well, by she, I mean Vega. Vega made a lot of these girls happy because they gave them a special chance to get to know Leo." And even Leo is being given a chance to rectify her, not necessarily narcissistic, she's just very arrogant, or at least she presents herself as very arrogant. But in reality, Leo is just a straight up himbo, except she's not a himbo, she would be a bimbo. She has head empty, no thoughts except for Bethany. She likes riding her bike. That is her personality to some degree. But yeah, she says this will be a big impact on Leo, even if she doesn't want to admit it. It'll change her in some way. And then of course we get, what is Boots' girlfriend's name? Hold on, give me a sec. Oh, Cassie. Cassie goes, we all want to be able to do that for our loved ones, giving them a shot at something great. And then Boots is like, "So Vega's like everyone's girlfriend, huh?" Sure, perhaps even a girlfriend of the world. Hence we get Roadqueen, girlfriend of the world. That was the original title. Here, this all comes full circle. That is the first 25 pages. I'm gonna go give you a quick, brief overview of that, of the first chapter. Basically, senior year is at an end now. Leo still doesn't have her bike. she has to walk to school, and she basically looks depressed. She's like, I'm lost without my bike. Oh no. Whatever will I do? So she's all glum and humdy-dum. She goes into her, I think it's either graduation ceremony or it is reception. No, it's the graduation ceremony. So they go in by themselves, which, interesting. Nobody has parents apparently. They all just exist as entities in and of themselves. Who knows? So Leo is then called up on the stage so she can give a speech. Why is she called up on the stage though, is the question. Oh, because the student body asked her to. I'm great at reviews, aren't I? Yeah, no, they asked her to come up on stage because, you know, everybody still loves Leo. They all dream to be with her. They ask her to come up on stage and give a speech, and she basically says, because in response to people saying, tell us, speak from your heart, Leo, tell us your feelings, and she goes, my heart, my feelings, gross. So she's emotionally repressed, or at least she just doesn't like to be emotional. Same. And she storms off stage and is once again rude to the girls, which is just so unfortunate. There's no need for that. She runs off stage and brags about her brave stance to Boots, and Boots and Cassie just look at each other and like, girl, what the fuck? You didn't have to do that. Boots even calls her a gay fuckboy. And I love that. Basically, after she calls her a fuckboy, they go, but we don't really give a shit about your conundrums after school because Cassie and I are off on our own eternal love road trip. And you get to deal with your own stuff and be alone because basically Leo really doesn't have much to do after school. Despite all of her bemoaning being so popular that people hound her to be with her every day, she really has no one she talks to. Like I said, we don't see her family. She has no one she talks to, no one she hangs out with besides Boots. Boots is basically her only friend. So once Boots and Cassie are gone, she's left to her own devices. Yeah, she doesn't have any separate plans because, like every year, she had thought that they would spend it together by Cassie, Boots, and Leo all together, like usual. And no, they said, no, we're not doing that this year. We're going on our own little lovey-dovey excursion. Goodbye. Oh yeah, they said, never again. Have a good summer. And of course this gets her down in her feelings. She's like, I want to go my own road trip. But I don't have my bike. So she goes home to her apartment and she's like, no more weird girls chasing after me. No more Boots or Cassie. I don't have to think about going to school ever again. And she tries to act like she's cool with that to herself because she has no one she's talking to about this. I might not have Bethany, but what's better than being alone, right? Seriously. And of course, just as she's starting to realize her own situation, excuse me, as soon as she's starting to realize her situation, guess who breaks through her window with a motorbike? Yeah, that's right, that'd be Vega. And so that's the beginning of our story, Roadqueen, Eternal Road Trip to Love. And all I will say beyond that point is that the characters, while they look like the stereotypical archetypes from like a Yuri shoujo, I would say shoujo, a Yuri manga, they actually go into depth. I like how Leo and Vega interact and grow into their relationship. Spoiler, yes, they have a relationship. I'm not telling you what kind. If you can't figure that out, so be it. They grow into their relationship. They actually mature. We get to see how Leo confronts her own insecurities and how Vega has to work through her own as well, although we get to see it more through Leo's perspective. And like I said, we don't go through any of their pasts, except for maybe Vega, but just slightly. But somehow that really doesn't detract from how we view these characters. So, in all reality, I would just say, if you want a good love story, a good fluffy, I want to say realistic, semi-realistic relationship, this will be it for you. Especially if you want an LGBT one. Because a lot of times, you'll get an LGBT story, and it's just sad. It just ends poorly. But no, this one ends happily, and it's just it makes you feel really good after you read it, and I love that. I love it so much. They do feel like real people just based on how they're portrayed alone by Mira. So yeah, that is my review / analysis of Roadqueen Eternal Road Trip to Love. Do I recommend it? Yes. Where can you buy it? On Mira's website, her Shopify website. You can also get it on Amazon. You can find it in most of your local bookstores, probably the manga section. She also has some other works right now. I don't know I know some of them were sold out and won't be printed for a while. She does things like Galaxy Ballerina. What else is it? Galaxy Ballerina, my very first Vampire Blood Drive, and we dragged our manager into our girl group. And she announced, because for a while she was off of Twitter. I believe, she didn't confirm this, but I believe she was off because of contractual stuff. Probably for work, because she's also an animator. She works on OKKO and other such things. She lists this on her website. But she's returned recently, and she has announced that she's going to make a new book. I don't exactly remember what it is off the top of my head. I will put it here somewhere and announce what it is. But it comes out next year. I am super excited for it. It's supposed to be longer than Roadqueen, which... yay! I'm pretty sure it'll be another lesbian story or LGBT plus story, which excites me to no end because I love to collect LGBT plus stories so much. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe because I may make more of these kinds of stories. May talk about more kinds of stories like this in the future. I review a lot of different kinds of things, but I like to review things that I personally have had time to sit down and read or watch or, I don't know, consume in some way. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, please leave a like so I know that you kind of want more of this kind of stuff. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay away from COVID, wear a mask, vote November. Try to stay positive. I'm really trying. And yeah, that's it. I will see you all soon. Peace out. Bye.